Everyone wants the sunset views and the cedar ceilings, but nobody talks about this. We've all been there, staring at your build as though if you just look hard enough, you're suddenly going to know what to do next. For too many builders, van life is just living in a construction zone that moves. A good plan isn't about tiny details. It's about eliminating the death stare that kills your momentum and leaves your van half finished for 6 months. In this video, I'm showing you the exact planning system that we use and giving you the boring, life-saving, money-saving steps that actually get you back out on the road. Stay tuned. We've all seen the finished van life dream, but the difference between a dream and a nightmare is the planning phase. Today, we're breaking down the exact workflow to plan your DIY build so you don't wake up one day and wonder, why doesn't my van look like the one in the video? You're not on the wrong track though. The first step is to find some vans you like. Lean into those Instagram photos and YouTube van build highlights, but put the ooh off to the side and try to look with fresh eyes. Where's the bed? Where's the electrical and plumbing? Where's the toilet and the table? Is that bed big enough for me? Look with a critical eye and think about what you want out of the van. More than just being pretty, can you work in it? Can you bring friends along and sleep in it? Does it seem crowded or cramped? Where will you put your bike, your kayak, your skis, your golf clubs? Don't just ogle the van. Imagine yourself in it. Using it, you'll find yourself being drawn to certain layouts more than others. Layouts that align with your lifestyle and your vision. Write down your list of goals for the build. I want a raised bed. I want to fit my bike inside. I want a toilet, an outside shower. I want a heater or an air conditioner. Do you want a microwave oven, a stove, a sink, hot water, a fridge? We have a quick planning guide on our website where you can just look over and check off the items that you'd like to have in your build. Each item has an approximate cost next to it, so you will also be collecting a rough estimate for how much it might cost to buy all the materials for your fantastical theoretical van that you're going to build. Are you planning to use your van in freezing weather? If so, you'll want your water tanks inside, fresh, gray, all that stuff. How much water do you need to carry? Do you want or need hot water? Are you planning to include a shower? Perhaps just an outside shower? Are you planning to include a toilet? What kind? Where is it going to go? Does it need power? How are you planning to do the electrical? This is a big part of your upfront design, the electrical, and I'm going to speak a little bit more about it. All-in-one power kits have some enticing benefits. They certainly seem easier up front, and to be fair, they are easy to a point, as long as you stay within their ecosystem and you can live with their constraints. We tried EcoFlow for a couple years and then went back to Victron components. We ran into too many situations where the EcoFlow power didn't meet our needs and it wasn't expandable, or something didn't work quite right and support was impossible, or at least unworkable. No system is perfect, but we prefer the ability to use best-of-breed components individually where needed. The costs are comparable, but the flexibility and power of a bespoke system outweighs the simplicity of the all-in-one components. What devices are you going to have that need power? We have a load planning worksheet on our website with all the devices commonly used in our builds. It's a great place to start to make sure you're not forgetting something important. The last thing you want is to be all done on your first camping trip and think, shoot, I wish we added a light switch near the bed or a USB charger over the counter. We use our planning worksheets on every build to make sure that we don't forget the little stuff, because that's where the magic lives. Not only does our load worksheet help ensure you don't forget critical devices, it also adds up the energy needed per day, as well as the instantaneous power demand. Both of these feed seamlessly into our capacity worksheet. The system capacity worksheet helps you determine your system voltage, battery size, amperage requirements, and fuse sizes. It guides you through the decisions of how much reserve to keep on hand and how much power you might need if charging is unavailable or for extended boondocking. And of course, that seamlessly flows into our charging calculator. This helps you determine how much solar, alternator, and shore power you might need to meet the demands of the system you've orchestrated so far. You might be thinking, wow, there's a lot to this. And you're not wrong. We created the Whitewater Van Build system to help navigate these challenges by creating a build roadmap that you just follow to get everything just right the first time. It includes detailed background information on all the steps, so if you want to know more, it's right at your fingertips. Most of these tools are free and they're available on our website at whitewatervans.com on our build system page. I also hope that you're getting value out of this video and these videos in the How to Build a Van series. If you are, please like and subscribe and let us know in the comments if our free tools helped you with your build. There's a lot more to the electrical system that you can find in our build system, but for now, let's get into the plumbing. We try to put all of our water tanks inside the vehicle. We're in Colorado and it gets cold here sometimes. There's nothing worse than going on a trip just to realize that your fresh or gray water has frozen, or the lines going to the tanks have frozen and you can't access any of your water. Worse, you get a water line that bursts and now you have no water, plus a cleanup on aisle 9 and repairs to make when you get back home. Plan ahead for cold weather use. Next, do you need or want hot water? If you're not taking showers, then it's really not that critical. You can get by with a pot and a stove. If you plan to take showers, then you probably need a hot water tank. 4 gallons provides a good balance between the size of the tank and the space, and it provides enough hot water for a couple of short showers. Most of the time, you'll want a toilet, so think about where that will live as well, and whether it needs power. For the toilet systems, you could choose between bag systems, composting systems, chemical cassette, or seal-it-off systems. They all have their pros and cons. At this point, just try to get a feeling for the general size of most toilets and make sure your van has room for it. Once you have a pretty good idea of what you want in your van, next you'll want to decide how you want to make it all fit. This is like a game of Tetris. It's a small space, so you probably need to get creative to find homes for everything. We like to use SketchUp to draw out every new layout to get a good visual of how it all comes together. They have free versions and the learning curve is pretty low. At this point, you should have a pretty good idea of what your van might look like, what will be in it, and how you'll use it, and hopefully how much it might cost. The last thing to consider is how long might it take to build. This is an area that most people grossly underestimate. As professional builders with the tools, templates, and experience to do this efficiently, it takes us approximately 200 to 300 hours to do a build. As a new person who's still learning, I would recommend you allocate 300 to 400 hours. I know, that sounds like a lot. I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna ask you guys to comment below how long it took to do your build. I'm guessing I'll get the slew of, I built my van in 2 days kind of guys, but I'm also guessing there's quite a few folks who vastly underestimated how long it would take, and it was in the 400 plus range. If you can spend an average of 15 hours a week on your build, nights and weekends, 300 hours is 20 weeks. Or 5 months. I recommend talking to some local builders to find out how they can help out. Most would surely do a whole build for you, but some will also do partial builds to get you started. We offer a jumpstart build that helps you get the hard stuff out of the way quickly so that you can use your van right away and add the interior components over time when you have more time. Every minute of planning you do now will save you an hour of head scratching and rework down the road. It's not glamorous, but it definitely streamlines everything that follows. I hope the free planning tools on our website help your efforts, and I really hope this video helps with your build. If it did, please like and subscribe and stay tuned for the next videos in our series on how to build a van. We'll see you on the road.